right, shalom. Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. All praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem meaning in the name, and Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful light preaching this word in truth and sincerity. And the brother Tazabah, Lord will, with another video to edify. And I wanted to go into the topic of the persecution, right? Topic of the persecution, because Esau is going to roll, but even when Esau rolls, the mindset is to stay faithful to the Lord, because at the end of the day, when they rolled on the Lord, they're going to have to send numbers. They're going to have to send numbers. Esau is going to have to bring out hella numbers, man, because he knows the scriptures. The scriptures tell you that the devil believeth and tremble, right? The devil believes and trembles. So Esau knows the stories and the scriptures, right? He listens to elders and apostles. He's getting the word just like we getting the word. But the only thing is he's trying to fight against it. So we're in these last days where we got to have it on our mind that whatever comes about, you're going to have to sit here and stand firm. Right? You're going to have to stand firm, because there'll be more with us. Right? And Lord, will I get that than there are with them. But this is, I started here, Revelation 2. Right? Revelation 2. In 10 it says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison." You see, this is something that's written. Right? You might have other groups like IUIC and sit here and act like the time of Jacob's trouble ain't going to come. Or you have other groups that preach that you can get carnal when Esau comes. Nah, you're going to have to keep it spiritual. Right? Yahushua, what did he tell the disciples? What did he tell Peter? He said, "Put that sword back in the sheath. Know ye not that I could pray to my Father which is in heaven, he can send me 10 legions of angels." That's going to have to be your mindset in that day. But to have that mindset and still wait with patience, that's going to be the difference. Right? Said the Lord said to fear none of those things which we're going to suffer. It says, "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days." And that 10 days isn't a literal 10 days. For some brothers, it might just be 10 days. For some brothers, it might be 5 days, 2 days, a month, 2 months, 3 months. Who knows? It's whatever length of time that the Lord picked for us individually for our walk, our lot, our testimony. Brothers is going to have testimonies when they get into the kingdom, man. Right? Your testimony might say, hey, you know what? For you to have a full testimony, you're going to have to do a nice bid for 30 days under Esau's thumb. And I've been having dreams about all out oppression on Jake, man. To the point where Jake couldn't, even walk in a way that was higher than the Edomite. I've been having dreams about oppression, bro. So this devil's getting ready to do his shit. Right? And excuse my language, but even though he's getting ready to do his thing, have the mindset that whatever the Lord put on me, he put on me because I can handle it. Right? This is, let me keep reading. It says, "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." And that's the test right there. Being faithful unto death, because to have the threat of having everything taken away from you, to have the threat of Esau just breaking you down unjustly, hey, it's not going to be comfortable. Like the scriptures say, no tribulation at the current time seem to be pleasurable, but work it a fruit unto righteousness. Roughly paraphrase. But these are the times we're coming into where you're going to have to sit here and have the faith that whatever the Lord brings out, whatever the Lord puts on our plate, right, he gave us a spoon big enough to eat it, right, to go through that. So we in a time now where that persecution is gearing up, because now they can't deny that we ain't the Israelites. They can't deny that we the Israelites, man. They can't deny it. They gotta respect it. right? More and more information comes out. Brothers keep going deeper and deeper. All right, the spirit deals more and more, so they can't deny. Then the things that we're saying are happening through the spirit, the things that we're saying. The spirit of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. And it's not through Jesus that we got these revelations, it's through Yahweh Shai. So when more things start coming to pass and chariots start getting closer to what they call UFOs, and people start looking for answers, and the only ones whose answers actually come true are the Israelites, they gonna send their goons, man. Esau gonna send his people. But it was written for that to happen. Right? This is Isaiah 59. And 19 it says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. Right? When all things are popping off, when this stuff is no longer comfortable, when your money ain't worth anything, when people are rioting in the streets, right? When death is blowing up, right? When Esau's even running in, man. Esau men come to your door at midnight, blowing the shit in. Kicking the door down, causing all type of upheaval in your home. That racing heart rate by roughly being waked out of your sleep, because this devil always comes in a darker night, in the middle of your sleep, trying to catch you off guard. What did the Lord say? He said, the devil go about as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Well, Esau is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. So what do you think he's doing? Going back as a roaring lion, man. He creeps up and pounces. So that enemy coming in like a flood, that's the time of Jacob's trouble, and we gonna be in it. It says, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. When you go to that word standard, let me get that in a blue letter. Isaiah 59, right? Isaiah 59 and 19, that's shall lift up a standard, right? Goes back to, I think it's Nawas. Let me look this up. I want to make sure I get this right. It's Nanas. Nanasa. So it's Nanas. And it means to flee, escape, to take flight, depart, disappear, to fly, to attack, to the attack on horseback, to drive at, to take flight, put to flight, drive hastily, cause to disappear and hide. So the Lord got many ways to get us up out of this thing. He can make brothers fly away, disappear. So don't get shaken up in these times by the fact that we understand that we in the days where Esau gonna roll. Don't get shaken up, man. Hey, the Lord wrote that in your story to show you a sign of salvation, man. The trials and tribulations is for the Lord to show us that salvation is around the corner. Hey, the Lord said, "What is my hand shortened that it cannot save?" Right? The Lord hand ain't shortened, man. He can pull us out of any situation. And Esau knows he's gonna have to pull out the whole stops when he comes. So what do you think the Lord's gonna do? Pull out the stops when he comes. And some of us gotta go out that way. Some of us gotta go out. Some of us Esau's gonna get. But even then, it was written that what? Precious in the eyes of the Lord are the death of his saints. Yeah, that's a momentary setback, right? On the physical, but in the spirit, that's a victory because you die in the faith. You perish in the faith, and then what? The Lord's gonna raise you up first. You're gonna be the first ones with Yahweh Shai. You think he's gonna be looking at you and not seeing you when you sat there and gave that ultimate sacrifice? No, you're gonna be right there. And he's gonna be looking you dead in your eyes, You did it, bro. You did it, son. Right? That's the beauty of the script of the truth. Right? Where other men think we perish, man, the Lord took us from the evil that is to come. But this is John 18. Because when they came for Yahweh Shai, what happened in this time? Because they wrote John 18 and 3, it says, Judas then having received a band of men, a band, right? Let's look that up in the blue letter. I want to see how many a band of men is. Right? A band of men. It says anything rolled in a circle of ball. A military cohort, the 10th part of a legion, about 600 men, legionnaires, and auxiliaries after 500 or 1,000, right? A 10th part of a legion. So a legion is about 600 men. So you have 60 people roll up on the Lord. Well, it says here about 600 men, i.e. legionnaires, right? Yeah, so you had about 60 to 100 men, right? Because it goes anywhere from 600 to 1,000. So you had 60 to 100 men come from Yahweh Shai, right? So it says Judas then having received a band of men and officers from the chief priests and the Pharisees, cometh thither with lanterns and torches and weapons. Yahweh Shai, therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, right? He knew these things was going to happen. And we know these things are going to happen as well. The Lord told us that these things would happen. We're supposed to grab some type of comfort that the Lord told us what was going to happen beforehand. That we don't get taken out unawares like the average everyday person in the world. Because these people out here in the world, they going to get it taken unawares, man. They don't know what the hell's coming. Right? They think they're going to sit here and have a good Christmas, right? Make some New Year resolutions and get back to normal life. Nah, that thing's out the door. Right? It says, went forth and said unto them whom seek ye. Then answered him, they answered him, Yahweh Shai of Nazareth. Yahweh Shai saith unto them, I am he. Right? You see the boldness? So don't fear in that time, man. These devils can't do nothing but what the Lord allows them to do. And we're in a position where we ain't got nothing to do but to fall into the hands of the Lord. Because at least with the Lord, man, there's some type of mercy there. But with these people in the world, trusting and believing that Esau's going to sit here and deal righteously, you're going to fail every time. So it says, verse, it said, I am he, and Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with him. It says, as soon then as he had said unto them, I am he, they went backward and fell to the ground. What do you think made them go backwards and fall to the ground? That power, that presence, right? Because when he said, I am he, man, you got to imagine to make 60 to 100 men just boom, fall to the ground just as you sitting here saying, I am he, that power had to come off him. Right? It says, then asked he them again, whom seek ye? And they said, Yahweh Shai of Nazareth. Yahweh Shai answered, I have told you that I am he. If therefore ye seek me, let these go their way. That the same might be fulfilled which he spake of them which thou givest me, I have lost none. Right? So he said it with boldness. And that spirit, boom, popped up off of him, man. And made the whole, right, band of men, 60 to 100 men, right? You go into that word, it goes into legionnaires, and a legion was anywhere from 600 to 1,000. A tenth part of them, right? So 60 to 100 men, boom, I am he. That's the power that the Lord gonna give us, man. You don't think Esau read these things and hears brothers' lessons and getting the breakdown and understanding of these things, man? This devil knows what's up. So when he rolls, man, he gonna have to roll in numbers. You gotta have to roll in numbers. Right? But what you gotta understand when you go back to the Old Testament with Elisha, let me get that Chronicles 2, 2 Chronicles 32 and 7. It says, "Be strong and courageous, be not afraid nor dismayed for the king by the king of Assyria." But it says, "For the king of Assyria, nor for all the multitude that is with him, for there be more with us than with him." With it says, with him is an arm of flesh, but with us is Yahweh our power to help us to fight our battles. And the people rested themselves upon the words of Hezekiah the king. Now there's another one. Let me get this, man. There be more with 2 Kings 6 and 15. It says, "And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early," right? Was risen early and going forth, behold, and hosts compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, "Alas, my master, how shall we do?" Right? They was covered on every side. It says, "And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them." And Elisha prayed and said, "Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see." And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Right? That's what you got to understand. When Esau rolls, this is why he knows he's going to have to bring numbers, man. Because he read these scriptures, he understand. Right? The Lord ain't nothing to play with. Right? So there's going to be a time where this devil's going to roll, and that's completely fine. That's completely fine, because when the left hand moves, the right hand's coming with the power. Right? He's dealing on the left hand, so we coming with true power. This is 1 Kings or 2 Kings 1. In 10, it says, "And Elijah answered and said unto the captain of the 50." Now I'm gonna start up actually. 2 Kings 1 and 8. It says, "And they answered him, was an hairy man. He was an hairy man and girt with a girdle of leather about his loins. And he said, It is Elijah the Tishbite. The king sent unto him a captain of 50, and with his 50, a captain of 50 with his 50, and went up to him, and behold, he sat on the top of the hill, and spake unto him, Thou man of God, the king had said, Come down." Right? Talking all that disrespect. Right? And Elijah answered and said to the captain of 50, "If I be a man of the Most High, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. Right? Peep what happened. It says, "And there came down from heaven and consumed him." There came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50. And this was done 3 times till they came right. Right? So Esau can roll on us just in the same way. The Lord can set that up for you. Who knows? Nobody knows what the Lord has in store for us until it comes down time to it. But you got to have faith in all the possibilities of the Lord, man. Every possibility of the Lord, you're going to have faith in it. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 4. It says, and I said unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body. And that's the message. You can't be afraid of this devil. Right? He was only given a chance to kill the body. He wasn't given a chance to sit here and kill your soul. Right? It says they kill the body, and after they have no more that they can do, because even in these times, man, death is nothing more than the spirit returning back to the Heavenly Father. Now, right, how we go out might cause a little concern, because Yahushua went through some terrible pain. But the Lord gave him a spirit to where he didn't even, he didn't curse the Most High in that pain, because going through that type of excruciating shit, man, that shit could bug you out. It could bug you out, man. Right? You had I think it was Joseph that got stoned, or Stephen. I think it was Stephen that got stoned. Right? He got stoned, and what? He said, it said as they were stoning him, he stood looking up into heaven. And he said, hey, my Lord. He saw the Lord in the heavens. So he didn't give two damns about what was going on outside. You got to believe that the Lord was turning down that pain tolerance, turning off those pain receptors, and making it bearable for him to keep his eyes fastened on him. Right? It says, verse 5, it says, but I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him, which after he had killed, had power to cast into hell. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him. Right? I mean, who has the power to cast you into a hellish condition? To cast you into a worse circumstance? It's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So don't fear this devil, right? Fear the Lord in those days. It's Mark 13. And 12, it says, Now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son. The children shall rise up against their parents, and shall cause them to be put to death. Verse 13, and it says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. You see, the message that we hold is directly against this world. So obviously there's going to be some type of contention and pushback. Why do you think GMS, out of all the camps, is the most hated? Right? Because there's a spirit over here of straight out truth, right? Going out. It's no gimmicks. It's just a spirit of truth. Just going out. Right? So the Lord said we was going to be hated for every man. So, hey, obviously GMS is doing something right. The elders and apostles, the brothers on down, brothers are doing something right, keeping it simple. Right? Keeping it to the book. Keeping it within understanding. Because brothers are hated on this side. But peep this, it says, verse 13, it says, ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And that's the trial in this time, to endure unto the end. Right? Because if you endure to the end, and if you stay 100% for the truth and for the name of Yahweh Shemai Shai in these days when all hell starts kicking loose, because this is when faith is really going to get touched. When the rubber meets the road, and you're gonna have to see whether or not you had and you built up yourself to withstand this flood. Did you put all the pieces to the ark together, right? Did you make sure you put the right pitch in there, right? Because you got men building some of their houses and their walls with untempered mortar, shaky doctrines allowing the other heathen to make it. Did you make sure you put the pitch between the wood pieces so the water wouldn't get in? When the rubber meets the road, this is when real faith is shown who has it. Right? The Lord said himself in the scriptures, right? He said what? He said, then shall they know that a prophet been among them. Then shall they know who are my chosen. Why? When all this hell starts kicking off and the Lord's still dealing with you and you holding firm, They're going to know, hey, that was a special man right there. It says, so you got to endure this thing. The trials, the tribulations, all type of hell that we got to catch, this devil rolling in it, you got to endure. Because after the enduring, after you endured all that, right? Through you showing that endurance, through you showing that faith, then the Lord's going to bless us, man. This is second Revelation 2:26. It says, and he that overcometh and keeping my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. So if you overcome, you keep your Lord's works to the end, the Lord said he's going to give us power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as a vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers. Even as I received my Father, going back to the, I believe that's the book of Proverbs, the 1st and 2nd chapter. Right? You got to endure to get that power. So whatever Esau is doing, have a mindset to go through it. Because when it's done, bro, when it's done and this devil loses, we going to be set up. Hey, Lord will not be one of those men. Brothers is going to be set up. The power is coming. Whenever any wicked force came, the Lord, yeah, we got left in it for a minute, but after a while, the Lord came in and ensured that what we were taking care of, man. This is Second Corinthians. Salakia, I don't know what's going on. 2 Corinthians 10. And 6, it says, and having in readiness, right, to revenge all disobedience, right? We're going to have the readiness to avenge all that disobedience, all the wickedness that these people promoted. Because the Lord is going to, the Lord's going to get down first. After the Lord gets down, we're going to have our time to get down, man. Right? And having in readiness to revenge all disobedience, when our obedience, when our obedience is fulfilled. When our obedience is fulfilled, right? When we're given the power to revenge all disobedience is when we get the power. This is Isaiah 41. Isaiah 41 and 15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. And thou shalt thresh the mountains, going into the large governments, and beat them smalls, and make the hills as chaff, the smaller governments, right? These smaller rulerships throughout the world. Throughout the world. The kingdom of heaven is going to be a rulership throughout the world, not in a peace. The Lord said, he made all things for our sake. And I've been thinking about it, man. I was driving around a day last week, and I was like, man, I'm looking at how things are, homeless people out there and stuff, and the way they just keep building more and more stuff, right? The smell of all the gasoline and exhaust from the cars on the road, and I like watching these little travel videos and seeing what it looks like in South America, like Brazil, right? They got the favelas, but right around the favelas, it's full of life. It's full of life, man. Even built into the favelas is full of vegetation and plant life. But Esau, you get to America and it's just concrete everywhere. You got people dying to go to Portugal, and you look at Portugal. I'm like, man, it's just dead. Seafront, no life by it. This is water, right? Then it's all concrete everywhere. You basically in America with a more old world feel. It's BS. It's BS, bro. And I'm looking at all this. I'm like, you know what? I think I know. I said in my mind, I know I could do better. I said, I can't wait to fix this shit. Well, that's going to come with the rulership. It says, this is Isaiah 41 and 15. It says, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away. The whirlwind shall scatter them. Thou shalt rejoice in Yahweh and shall glory in the Holy One. You see, when these devils get taken down, when the Lord gives us the power, hey, we're going to scatter these nations out, man. We're going to break them down, all the weapons, all the military might, that confidence that they have to buck up. That's going to be breaking out of them, man. We're going to break them like horses. We're going to beat them small. To be beaten small means you got to grind somebody down. Well, the Lord is going to give us the power to do that. This is Philippians 3. And 20, it says, for our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for our Savior, the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body. Right? According to the working whereby he is able to subdue all things unto himself. Now, when you go into the scriptures, right? You go on the second Ezra when it talks about the man riding upon the mountain. That's Yahushua. The book of Revelation, when it says he come to make war and righteousness, that's Yahushua. He neither lifted up sword nor spear, but out of his hand went out horns, the laser beams, that power. That's Yahushua. So be given a body that can do those mighty works. That's what we gonna be given. It's the scriptures tell you the feeble among us is going to be as David in those days. And the Lord said, we go read the scriptures, it said David broke a bow of steel with his arms. Right? So we're going to be given bodies that can subdue all things unto ourselves, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahushua. And that's what we're waiting on. So when this devil rolls, he's going to have to bring numbers, man. He's going to have to bring numbers. Because what we got is better than what they got. The Lord willing us to edify him and say, call Allah, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful light. Shalom.